Hey guys, so as many of you may or may not already know, I am a pretty big PC gamer. A majority of my gaming, I would say, is done on a PC. Don't let the gameplay in the background fool you just because this isn't on a PC, as ironic as that may be for a video all about the PC. But I do play a majority of my games on PC, and I have a pretty nice PC that I actually use for all of my rendering and a lot of my gameplay as well. So, being a member of the PC community, I do see a lot of misconceptions about actual, what PC gaming is, either by people who just don't know any better and they're just, spreading rumors they've already heard, or by people who are, just actively trying to give PC a bad name because they have some kind of agenda. And so I want to clear up 6 of the ones that I hear most commonly thrown around throughout the community, starting with the fact that people say that PC gaming is way more expensive than console gaming, and that you have to buy $2,000 just for a PC and stuff like that. So I want to clear that up, starting with that one here, because first of all, PC gaming is all about the choice and the options. So if you want to spend $2,000, $3,000 on a insane monster build, you have that choice, and you will, get exactly what you put into it out of the machine. You'll of course have better graphical performance, higher frame rates, things like that at your that you're able to take advantage of because you did invest so much in that system. However, there are budget builds that are on par, if not better than the consoles, for either the same or cheaper prices to pay here. And the money that you'll end up saving in the long run through Steam sales and the not having to pay for online is definitely going to factor into that as well. So that's something that a lot of people don't really take into consideration, the fact that you are not paying a yearly subscription, and you're also being able to take advantage of not only the biggest library of games ever in existence in the form of Steam, but also plenty of Steam sales that happen on a regular, if not daily, basis. So the next one I wanted to address here, my next point here, is that a lot of people say you have to be sitting at a desk with a mouse and keyboard, and there's no other option, that they don't want to sit and play games all day. They want to be able to, sit on their couch, relax, play, on a couch with a controller, things like that. So, to completely counter that, I wanted to let you guys know as well, you can do that on a PC exactly the same as on a console. First of all, you don't have to use a monitor to play your games on. And me personally, a monitor is the best way to play a game I play. I use a monitor for all my consoles as well. But you can absolutely use an HDMI cord and plug your PC into a TV, and play that way instead. And then plus, the PC platform does support any number of both first and third party controllers through any form you want. If you want to use the Xbox One controller, you can, both wired and wireless, same as the PlayStation 4 controller. You have that choice if that is something you want to take advantage of. Another point I see thrown around is that PC has no exclusives. That is ridiculous to say the least. Of course, you'll always have different exclusives for each platform. So obviously PlayStation has their God of Wars, their Uncharted's, things like that. Xbox will always have their Gears and Halo, things like that as well. But PC does also have its own set of exclusives. But not just strategy games either. I know people are like, the only games PC has is like Civilization, but no, there's other exclusives as well. I'm not going to sit here and list a whole bunch of PC exclusive games, but doing a quick Google search will yield plentiful amount of results that will let you know that there are lots of PC exclusives that are actually pretty darn good, as well as some that may just be under the radar, but others that are actually pretty high, pretty high up there, like things like DayZ, Arma, which is where DayZ comes from, stuff like that. That is a PC exclusive game, and is a pretty highly regarded one. Same as things like Counter-Strike. Although actually Counter-Strike Global Offensive was on the PS3 and PS3 and Xbox 360, but there are numerous amounts of PC exclusives, and just doing a quick Google search will bring you up a list of all of them here. Another one that has thrown around a lot lately, especially after the launch of Batman Arkham Knight, was that PC is always getting bad ports of console games, and that the multiplats are going to be poorly optimized on PC, and you're going to need insane rigs just to run these games. So first of all, that is 100% not true. Arkham Knight is one of the exceptions to the rule of optimization, not, that it's not a rule here. Arkham Knight was poorly optimized for PC, and that was due to lazy development, not for a lack of support on the system. The most other games when they launch are at least functional on on the PC platform, as long as the developers put some actual work into it to make it not a buggy, glitchy mess. Then you're 99% of the time you're absolutely fine. There are plenty of games that do launch buggy both on PC and on the consoles as well. That is due to bad developer support or bad optimization on the developer's part. It has nothing to do with the fact that PC just always gets bad ports. As a matter of fact, a lot of ports have been really great lately, and as that should be the case. So I don't know where this whole notion came from as far as that they're always getting bad ports. I mean, Batman Arkham Knight was pretty much the last high-profile port that I can think of right now that was really bad. I mean, it was the worst. I mean, having to get pulled from Steam is a pretty serious case of the bugs. So other than that, though, another thing that I see thrown around all the time by, especially by the console people here, is that if you're a PC gamer, you have to upgrade your hardware, and it costs a lot of money to actually upgrade, and you have to do that all the time in order to play the latest games. That is not only completely not true, it's also optional. If you want to upgrade your hardware, you have the ability to. You have that choice. If you want your games to run better, if you want to get the latest technology, absolutely, by all means, feel free to do so. The PC platform gives you that freedom to upgrade if you are wanting to. I know people who are still running, GTX 750s and stuff like that, some old graphics cards, because they don't need to. The games they play, they feel that they can run adequately using the hardware that they've had for the last 4 years now, and that's perfectly up to them. If they wanted to, they would save the money to then upgrade their system to specs that they deemed appropriate for them. It is absolutely their choice, and consoles have been doing this for years as well. They upgrade every once in a while, release new games. At least with the PC, you don't actually lose your games. You keep all the same games, just better performance. So I would actually say having the ability to upgrade is a better option than being forced to upgrade whenever Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo deems it necessary. And the last point I wanted to address today was that a lot of people seem to think on the PC there's an abundance of hackers due to the openness of the platform. I can assure you that Steam and Origin both have their own anti-cheat systems built into their games. EA takes cheating very seriously, as do most developers. So they're not going to just let you cheat on their system just because it's a little bit more open than the consoles are. I mean, we saw the same type of thing happen with the PS3, where yes, it was easier to mod and hack on that platform, but that didn't mean you were always going to get away with it. Of course, Sony takes cheating very seriously, Microsoft as well, and so do Valve. They have their Valve anti-cheat, as well as plenty of other different programs, both third and first party, in order to catch hackers, catch cheaters, and take care of them as they deem necessary. Of course, popular segments on YouTube like Counter-Strike, Overwatch, things like that, make people to believe that there are far more hackers than there really are, when in reality it really isn't that easy to hack, at least, and not get caught on Steam. You'll still get in trouble if you're caught cheating in a game. VAC bans are a thing for a reason, and we've seen numerous people, even pro Counter-Strike players, get banned mid-match for hacking, showing that the VAC system does work, and that with that Overwatch system, yes, it does show that there are some people, who are hacking in Counter-Strike. But the fact that they're being seen in Overwatch and being reported means that they're probably not going to be hacking for too much longer. Yes, it is, reasonably speaking, a little bit easier to hack a PC than it would be, hacker mod a PC than it would be a console. That's just going to go with the fact that a PC is a little bit more open, has a bit more lenience and freedom with it than a console does. But that doesn't mean that every game is overrun with hackers. I mean, I rarely run into a hacker in Counter-Strike as it is, and that game already has a bad reputation for its hacks. I mean, when I play other games that have far less support on them, even some of the older Call of Duties, I also rarely run into hackers. I'd wager to say I run into more hackers on the PS3 version of Modern Warfare 2 than I do on my Steam version. Of course, that's going to be up to personal experience. I'm not going to tell you there are less hackers statistically. I don't know that statistic, but assuming that all PC games are just riddled with hackers, that's both unfair and untrue to assume. But those were just 6 misconceptions about the PC platform that I wanted to clear up today. This isn't me trying to tell you need to play on PC, or that if you're a console gamer you're a pleb or anything like that. I perfectly 100% believe in your freedom of choice when it comes to gaming and your hobby that you love. I'm not going to tell you need to do something specific. I just wanted to clear up some of these misconceptions that I see around the community. So let me know if you guys knew about some of these before already. Of course, those of you not in the PC community, of course. Let me know if this has maybe changed your mind, open your eyes a little bit to see that PC gaming isn't as restrictive as some people believed it to be, or expensive for that matter. A quick look on PCPartPicker.com will also reveal you can actually build a pretty good PC for not that much money. I recommend giving that a look if you're interested. But make sure to leave a like, comment if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay classy, guys.